Hello and welcome to Dell's Life. This is the third part in my Bitcoin and cryptocurrency videos, and in this video I will be talking about altcoins, which is alternative cryptocurrency. What is an altcoin? Well, first of all, on the website coinmarketcap.com, which is a good central resource to go and find all the available coins that are available, there is over 2,000 coins listed. These are available to trade and buy on over 225 exchanges across the world. The total value that's been put into these coins is over 212 billion US dollars, and Bitcoin is 52% of that value at this time. What are the types of altcoin that make up this list? A lot of the coins are a copy of another coin's code with just a few changes to make it provide some sort of functionality, or just change something. Or it could have been because of a disagreement on how a particular method should be done or proceeded. As the code of a coin gets developed, at some point when the code is changed, one team of developers may decide, oh, we want to do it in a particular way, and another team decide, no, we would like version B, and head a different way. An example of that is the original Bitcoin has at times separated into Bitcoin Cash, where the two teams had a different idea of how to scale Bitcoin to reduce transaction costs. Another example is Bitcoin Gold, which is a copy of the Bitcoin code but has been set up to work with GPU miners rather than ASIC miners, which we'll get into in a different video. But ostensibly its primary code is fairly much identical to the original Bitcoin. You then have what I class as utility coins, where they are, some of them are initially based upon another coin, and then additional functionality is added on changes that change the function of the coin. An example is Litecoin, which is the original code is basically Bitcoin, but it was reduced in the confirmation time so that you could do confirmations a lot quicker, and also the amount of coins that were made available was much higher. So the end result was transaction costs were lower, and it was a lot quicker to transfer money. It's designed as a way of transferring funds quickly and smaller amounts. It also used a different algorithm, which meant you needed different type of miners to mine and do the confirmations for the coin. Another example is Stellar Lumens, which initially was the code similar to XRP, but they changed then some of the code because they thought this was a better way to do certain functions, or fixed what they saw as problems. Over time, they have separated quite significantly on the code, but it is still an example of initially a coin that used a very similar code to another. Some other coins are still utility, but are totally separate code. They are not copied from somewhere else, or ostensibly so little was copied apart from the absolute basics that they are effectively a brand new coin. A couple of examples: Ethereum, which is one of the number two major coin in the coin market cap, and that provides a backbone for smart contracts, as an example, so that people can actually build other crypto coins within Ethereum, which we will get into in a separate video possibly. But they actually run within Ethereum and uses Ethereum's mining and Ethereum's tokens rather than having their own tokens themselves. Another example is Monero, which is a privacy-based coin. It's been around a long time and is totally private compared to Bitcoin, which is totally public in its transactions. Another type of coin is security coins. These often act as an investment fund or a way for developers to continue developing an idea, but the coin itself may not currently provide that functionality, but will do in the future. And initially, they're using the funds from the initial coin offerings or from the transactions, etc., within their current coin to fund further development. A couple example is MadeSafe coin, which is looking at creating a new safe type of network for people to use. Currently, that network isn't fully available, but the coin is still being transferred, and they are able to use funds to continue developing that. Raven coin is another where the intention is the Raven coin token will be used as a cheap way to transfer assets and record the transfer of assets between people. Currently, though, that functionality is not used or in the code. It is being developed. So they use the coding of Ravencoin, or sorry, the transactions of Ravencoin to fund that development. So why do we need altcoins? Why can't there just be one coin? Well, one coin can't do everything. If it did try to do everything, or as much as it possible, the code would become so bloated that it would be horrendously slow, prone to bugs, and just wouldn't work. Some of the functions that people want are also mutually exclusive. So some people want a totally public transaction ledger as part of Bitcoin, so you can see everything. But then some other people want a totally private transaction ledger, so you can't see anything. Well, that obviously you can't have both. You've either public or private for everybody. So there is two coins. We're going to optionally private, but generally they are mutually exclusive. People can have different opinions on the best way to do something. The Bitcoin Cash example previously is a good example of that, where one group of developers thought method A was best and another group of developers thought method B was best. So the coin went into two different coins to see which was the best way to do it. Not saying which is best, they had different opinions. They are allowed to have different opinions. Decentralization. If you have a single coin, everything is around that one coin. By having different coins with different algorithms, you need different mining machines, which decentralizes the confirmation system, reduces the chance of attacking the complete cryptocurrency network, etc. By having also different developers, it means your code is not identical. Your code will develop over time to be separate. If there is a bug in one set of code on one coin, it doesn't mean that that bug or vulnerability will appear in another coin or another set of code. Competition also stimulates progress. If you have a monopoly and you are the only coin in the market, you have no incentive to make yourself better or provide anything new. As soon as there is someone else sharing your market, you now have a vested interest to ensure the users of your coin don't move to another coin. They get some benefit. You increase your rates, increase security, add new functions, etc. There is a lot of further progress you can look into to ensure that you stay at the rank you are, or increase in rank. So what is the future of altcoins in the market? Well, first of all, new altcoins will continue to appear. We're not going to see a stop of altcoins appearing. And in general, altcoins don't disappear. It takes quite a while for an altcoin to disappear in general. So there'll always be a new idea, a new way to do something, a new method. We've got an idea that a blockchain could be useful for this, that, the other. There's blockchains out there for dental records, for housing systems. I can see ones for registering pets. Lots of blockchains, so you can have a history of something recorded in a blockchain. So there'll always be a reason to create an altcoin for any of these reasons that people may come up with in the future. And as blockchains become more publicly acceptable, there will be more reasons and more storage reasons for an altcoin. But most altcoins will not be used for their intended purposes, or will just end up being small cap, i.e. not very much money involved in them, just used for trading, speculation, pump and dump as they call it, and just to try and move money, move currency around using these coins. But generally they will effectively die off. It's very difficult for a coin to die off and disappear from the list. There's no official point. It usually happens when no one's doing any trading, when there's no trade done on that coin, there's no exchanges are listing a coin, then it will come off the list. But that takes a lot to do and get to that level. Someone will still just trade a little bit, enough just to keep it active. There'll always be scammers and get-rich schemes. People that will try to create a coin just to try and get some money because they've read that you create a coin and create an ICO and get people to buy the ICO, and then you run away with all the money. And that has happened, is happening, and will continue to happen, because some people will see this as a way to get money off of other people. Because this is a public system where all the code is publicly available, so people can take the code, change it a little bit, and release their own coin, that will not disappear anytime in the future. You would not want to put too much regulation on that type of releasing of code, because then that centralizes who would be in charge of that authority of saying which coins can and cannot exist, which country, which person, which government, which authority would want to say your coin is or isn't allowed. So it comes down to people having common sense. So what are the things you should look for if you're looking at altcoins, and which are the good altcoins, which are the bad ones? First, don't believe anything you see on social media. It's just hype, and just because someone on a YouTube or a Facebook post said this coin is brilliant, don't believe them. Go and look up yourself. Some key areas to look at on a coin. What is their market cap, i.e. the value of that coin? How many coins are actually registered and available? And also, what is their daily transaction volume? How many coins are transacted in that coin in a day? If these are really low, that coin obviously has no liquidity, which means if you buy any of those coins, but there's no daily volume, when you come to sell, there's no one going to be buying. And if the coin has only newly had a daily volume because of hype or social media, then after that hype has disappeared, you may find that the daily volume goes down to zero and you can't sell your coin, and then you're stuck with a load of coins you can't do anything with. So be careful on that side. Look at the history of the market cap and the daily volume. Are they delivering anything? Someone can come up with a good idea, but does the idea is it a good idea? Just because they said it was a good idea, does that problem they're trying to fix actually exist? Have they actually delivered that in that coin, or is it just we are going to do that in the future, but at the moment we have nothing? They are signs. Lots of people can promise, does not mean they can deliver. Have they delivered on other coins? Have they at least tried to deliver a testing beta system? Or is it just oh well, we're going to deliver the best thing in the world ever, but not yet. Finally, on that bit, is it too good to be true? If you have the perfect coin, which is going to yield you 100% return in a month, you can think, yes, but that's too good to be true. So generally, it's not. Don't believe the hype that something is going to be your specially chosen, and if you get in quick, you're going to get this a potentially rich reward. Generally, be skeptical. Why are you getting the reward on this and not on something else? Generally, everything follows the same market. But nothing's going to be that special. And my suggestion, if you want to play it safe, stick to the top 50 or so coins. Even in the top 50, there is some coins which are somewhat dubious, but they're generally not going to disappear overnight and do what we call an exit scam, where someone just disappears with the money. Don't take that as personal financial advice. That's just my personal opinion. But at least you would be safer looking at the top coins on CoinMarketCap. Next video will be about mining the cryptocurrencies and how you can profit from all of the altcoins. If you have any comments, please leave them below. As usual, give it a thumbs up, or any other comment is greatly appreciated.